Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Dime Box Discoveries. This was not from his show, this was actually from my guy Scott Flint's house. He normally sets up at Xenia outside of Dayton and at the Eastgate Mall show outside of Cincinnati. But I hit him up, I was like, dude, I can't get to your shows. Let me swing by the house and look at the dime boxes, what you got. And he said, sure, come on over. So that's when you know I've got a problem with dime boxes, when I'm going to people's houses to dig through dime boxes there. Anyway, Scott was cool. He pulled out some stuff over here. We'll show you what we got. Let's get right into it. As you know, I do all my food stuff sets. Well, this is really cool. It's the complete right here, all 18 cards in the 1992 French's series. It's got 2 people on each card, but it's all 18 and the checklist card there too. So that's really cool. Those are right down a piece. That was $1.90 there. This is the cons set. This is really cool. So this was, and there's the coupon for cons even. This is the cons. So Cooperstown collection, almost complete set. It's missing the Johnny Bench. So I just needed that, add that, and that one will be done. And then the Quaker Chewy Granola from, is this 86? 86. This is the complete set of that. And a couple, not the best cut. Carter's the worst one, but it's a complete set of every single one of those. So that was fantastic. There's like 33 of these or so. Yep, 33. So that was $3.30 a piece there. Working on this set. This now finishes my set. The Post 91, these finish me off with the Gwen Sandberg, Nolan Ryan, Bonds, Kevin Moss, Mitchell, Abbott, Bonilla, and Canseco. That finishes my set of posts now. So this is really cool. Finish set here. All but one here. Finish set here. That finishes off that set. Craft singles, Superstars 194. So actually this is tricky. It looks like a complete set and it kind of is, but it's only half it because there's a National League set and then here's the American League. So that is half of the pop-up set. Playing cards, he was like, dude, buy the playing cards off me. So I did. So yeah, so that whole entire playing card set there, deck. All right. This is really cool. This, I like this. Obviously not a Ted Williams original. This is out of the Baseball Card Magazine from 1988. You know I love my oddball stuff that comes in magazines, stuff that comes in food sets. So that was really cool. I always look for oddball stuff. And this is nearly as odd as they come. Cheers, they're magnets. Eric Bieniemy, Ron Stark, he was a good punter. Charles Wilson, Willie Davis, and Eric Swan. So never seen these quite before. So these are magnets. Hopefully there'll be someone needing those for their trade, for some trade bait, for completing out some team sets. Let's get into some interesting stuff, shall we? Check this out. I did find some really cool stuff. Not a ton, but I found some cool stuff. This is Ken Griffey Jr. and another con set. That's really cool. So these Nolan Ryans look really neat. Didn't know what they were. Looked them up. They're actually from Whataburger. Yeah, out of Texas. So Whataburger makes sense. You know, Rangers and Astros. So Whataburger cards. Really cool. Evan White's debut. But it's out of 99. So for a dime, sure, why not? Here's a Sammy Sosa. That is out of 9,000. Not quite exclusive. This is a really beautiful Satchel Paige. I've never seen this in Topps Gallery quite like this. So that one is really cool. Here is the blue Shane Bieber All-Star Game. Is that the All-Star Game set? There's Roy Campanella. There's Ken Griffey Jr. from the Classics. Emmanuel Case has got the Topps All-Star Rookie Card Trophy. Brent Suter went to my high school. Skeeter Barnes from Cincinnati. Noelve Marte, up-and-coming prospect for the Reds. So for a dime, I think, why not? Adley Rutschman, that is the Topps All-Star Rookie Trophy card. Figured, I'd pick it up. Mark McGuire and Thurman Munson and whatever that is, Heritage or whatever it may be. So there we go. Okay. Ooh, you know, if you've seen my videos, I love my starting lineups. And this is really neat. I found this out just the other day. So this is Jim Everett, both from the same year of starting lineup, but there's the variation. So you get this one normally came, and this one was the rookie variation that comes in cards from this year, from the 1990 edition. So you can get this one and this one. They're both the same year. 2 different cards that came with the figurine. Okay, so how about some football? Let's get into football now. Troy Aikman, that's the Super Bowl version. So that's really neat. It's got the Super Bowl stamp there. Dak Prescott with the American flag. There's a first edition Julius Jones. Always good for some trade bait. How about some Roger Staubachs? Cincinnati guys, so I collect him. Bobby Hoying. True Blue, Carl Pickens. I always like Carl Pickens and being in Cincinnati. I like to grab some Bengals when I can. Speaking of that, there's David Fulcher. What a Mike Singletary and Lawrence Taylor. You talk about scaring some people. There you go. Warren Moon and the Pro Set Platinum. I always love these. It breaks one of my cardinal rules of not having the name of the player on the front. But I love these Pro Set Platinums. They were just great photography. Here we go. There's a couple Barry Sanders and Pacific and Ultra. Ball Street's always neat. They're, kind of an oddball card. There's the Rocket Ishmael. I love watching him play at Notre Dame. Speaking of Notre Dame, Dan Devine. There's a Sugar Bowl. Tony Rice was fun to watch as a quarterback. There's Rick Meyer out of 20,000. Funny how they thought that was a big deal back in the day. Only 20,000. Jordy Nelson. This is kind of cool. It's his rookie card, and it's actually out of the Packers team set, not out of the regular top set. So you don't come across it too often, and that's pretty cool. I'm sure I can find some trade value for that. Here's another Bobby Hoying. It just looks kind of nifty. These are dog tags with different teams. Never seen this before, so I picked it up because there was one for the Giants. That was cool. Now, I always like the You Crash the Games because it always has some good trade value, and this one's neat. So it's got all these different guys on it, including the most important, Barry Sanders. So that one would be fun to trade. John Lynch, as a Buccaneers fan, that's really cool, and the Topps Finest. How about a Scott Mitchell Road League Orlando Thunder team card? That's really cool. Jeremy Shockey, he was a beast back in the day. There's a first edition of him. How about a Joe Montana? With Notre Dame, that's cool. Dan Pastorini. Boomer Esiason, just a great picture. How about the rules and regulations from the World Football League? Just kind of neat. Steve Young, Hometown Heroes, talks about him playing in Connecticut growing up, so that's really cool. And then a couple of Joe Namath, and this one is just, what a cool picture. Just cool, so I picked it up. Drew Bledsoe rookie card. There were a bunch of them. This is one I grabbed because I had not seen that one before in Score. There's another Barry Sanders in the Fleer. It's kind of neat. 1,000-yard club, working on all of those. Bobby Humphrey. And this one was a commemorative card from Skybox that just came with something. I don't even know what it is, but it's just kind of neat. Something kind of different, so I grabbed that. Just something you don't see very often. Maybe someone needs it to complete a set. This is really cool. These are the early Fleers, 81, 82. Whatever year it is. I can never tell the difference just by looking at it. 1982 Fleer. But it is the Aloha Stadium for the Pro Bowl. So that's really cool. A beautiful card. Really dig that one. Dan Fouts for a dime is always cool. I love these ones when they talk about the playoffs from the years in the past. So there you go. There's one. Art Monk, a great looking card in great shape. Otis Armstrong to win those 1,000-yard clubs. This is the original 1,000-yard clubs. They stuck them on guys in the 1977 sets, so that's really kind of cool. And Pat McInally, which honestly I could put that here with these starting lineups because Pat McInally, for those of you who don't know, was the man who created starting lineups. When he played for the Bengals, he went to Kenner and said, hey, we should do this. I have this idea. And Kenner was like, that's a great idea. He's also the only player ever in the history of the scouting combine to score a perfect score on his Wonderlic test. The dude went to Harvard. He was very, very smart. And did some cool stuff after his playing days were over. These swell cards are just beautiful cards. I've always dug these. Here's Paul Brown, George Halas, Vince Lombardi. And then look at the Gale Sayers. I mean, these are just great photography. They just look great. So I picked up several of those. And then, I don't know why Kevin Durant, he should be over here with basketball. This is Skybox Quarterback Update Bonus Set. Sounds awesome. There's nobody in it worth a darn. So he said, dude, just take all 10 cards, the whole set for a dime. So penny a piece, so to speak. So nifty. This one is the entire inaugural series set of the World Football League. He was like, dude, I'm tired of this in my house. Take it for $1. I'm like, I don't even want it for $1. He's like, take it for $1. So I bought it for $1. And I actually have a friend who's a big fan of XFL, Road League, Arena League, all that stuff. I'm going to mail it to him, not tell him it's coming, and just surprise him with it. So that would be a cool present for him. I haven't talked to him in a couple years. He will totally dig that and be stoked. I'm going to come back to this. Basketball. Kevin Durant with a box of Kellogg's Cornflakes. It's in the NBA Cares series, but I thought, how often you see Kevin Durant with a box of cornflakes? So that's kind of neat. Rui Hachimura in the Gonzaga uniform. I dig Gonzaga, so there you go. Now these are, let me put that one back here. John Stockton, Team USA, it's cool. Shaquille O'Neal for a dime from his rookie year out of McDonald's. That's a McDonald's. See the McDonald's logo? So that's a McDonald's upper deck. That's really cool. Curly Neal from the Globetrotters, really neat. And then this is really cool. Throw it back. You've got Louis Dampier in here, but more importantly to me, Glenn Combs out of Carr Creek, Kentucky, in the mountains of East Kentucky down there in Knott County. Was one of the leading three-point shooters of the early days, known as the Kentucky Rifle. So I thought I had to pick that card up because I actually worked in the area back for a few years back in the mountains of East Kentucky covering high school basketball. So a high school basketball legend there. These are kind of neat. These are off a promo sheet. You can see like kind of the perforation off them. They look just like the regular cards from that set, but they're actually perforated out of a promo. So that's kind of cool with their McKee, Rick Smits, and Grant Hill with the Team USA. So that is really cool. We're going to come back to these in the front here in a moment. These are whatever these are, just to make sure things. Mario Andretti, cool from my lifetime growing up back in the day. Alan Hale, check it out. The skipper from Gilligan's Island, some random stadium. Jackie Earl Haley from the Bad News Bears. The Bad News Bears card, that's cool. How about a Prince Charming Cinderella pop-up card? That one will go to my girlfriend. That she'll get a kick out of that. Rod Serling will also go to my girlfriend because she's a huge fan of The Twilight Zone. Boy, I blanked for a second. A couple of wrestling cards with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Just looks good. And Brock Lesnar. And then one of the man, Richard Petty. It just looks cool. I don't get a lot of NASCAR. Don't buy a lot of NASCAR. Don't care a lot about NASCAR. But it just looks cool. So, and real quickly before I get to these corner here, check this out. He was like, dude, buy these gold cards off me. They're 1993 tops. There's like 200, 250 of them in here. Mostly commons, but you can see there's Dawson, there's Bagwell, a couple of Winfields, McGuire, so yeah, Albert Bell. So it's like, dude, take these for $3. So these are about a penny a piece for the gold cards. Maybe I can get some trade value out of those as well. He was like just throwing stuff in. He was like, take it for this price, just get it on my house. So I said, okay. These were a quarter piece. So this is all beaten up vintage, although the Nellie Fox to me is not that bad. See, it's got a little bit of writing there and crossed out here. But overall, to me, not that bad. Someone trying to finish this set, I mean, that's a heck of a player in pretty good shape minus some writing on it. Seeing like Curt Flood's got some writing up, but I think I'm going to work on collecting Curt Flood cards so you see more writing on it. And then in the back, you'll see they're actually trimmed. And by trimmed, I mean they ain't trimmed. They're like cut down with some scissors bad. But anyway, Flood, Cepeda, Robin Roberts, written on, obviously. But still Hall of Famer. And then, so here's some of those Oakland A's, actually Kansas City A's team sets I'm working on. I'll put them in there, and I'll replace them when I get better cards in the future. There's Ken Hawk Harrelson. That's kind of cool. Johnny Podres, that one is cut pretty badly, as you can see if you know that card. But still really cool, World Series MVP. Jim O'Toole in the worst shape possible, but I'll put in my collection of really badly beaten up cards. So here we go. This I'm talking about. See these? If you know these cards, these are horribly, horribly cut down. But I picked up some from my A's team sets. I'll replace them when I get better stuff. Just because. This one I just wanted to show you because look at, I mean, this one's actually a small card being, but it even has like a staple hole on it. But that's a Hank Sauer card. Junior Gilliam, that is really cool for the Dodgers. I'm never going to own a Schoolboy Row card ever, except for this one. With a crease right kind of through the eyes a bit. And cut down badly. But that was really cool. Some more athletics. And finally, last but certainly not least, check it out. A Monkees card. I love the Monkees growing up. What a fun show. What a goofy show, but still really kind of cool. I really dug that. So for a quarter, I thought I'll pop on that because I've never seen it before, so I'll go ahead and grab it. Anyway, that's what I got. Dimes for everything. $1 for this thing. $3 for all of these. And a dime on this full set of nothingness for the most part. Anyway, let me know what you thought. Not my most creative haul, but man, great for me finishing off these sets over here. Really stoked for that. So check out Scott at the Xenia show and at the Eastgate Mall show outside of Cincinnati. Anyway, guys, keep collecting. Enjoy the hobby. Collect what you love and have some fun. I'll see y'all later.